Hi everybody, welcome to my channel for new battle report. First game of the Sons of Games in 2020 in Douvain. I'm facing Duri, who is a casual player from the club. I think it's his first tournament, more or less. He played since a couple of years, but never in tournament, so more casual player. Also cool to play a friendly game against friends from the club. It's always a good time, but something completely different in terms of atmosphere and competitiveness than the Ocho, for example, or even the tournament in Lausanne that I just presented you. So my list, I already talked about it in the previous video, and now you have the list of my opponent. Basically, he has a Kili Dread Prince on a Manticore of Yema with Transcendence, Oracle on a Pegasus with the 3-up armor save, 3-up ward save against range attack, 2x5 Dark Riders, 2x20 Dread Legionnaires, 5 Acolyte of Yema, 2 Medusa, 3 Dread Reapers, and 2 Hydra. We are playing Dawn Assault and Breakthrough. Selection of spell, decided to go with Quicksilver Lash to threat the Hydra, the armor boost and malus and debuff in armor. I thought let's try to put this to cast the Corruption of Thin on the Dread Prince to reduce a bit the armor save and help me maybe cause him a couple of wounds. Because he has only a ward save against strength 5 or more, maybe if I can shoot him a bit with either blunderbuss or both, you never know, that can cause a wound or two, and he has only 4 wounds, so you never know. And then I took Fireball and Pyroclastic Flow, which gives me a couple of good damage against Elves. He took the Grave Coal, Breath of Corruption, and the same as me, but Molten Copper rather than Corruption of Thin. Regarding the scenario that we are playing, secondary objective is Breakthrough, and I guess with my 5 scoring unit versus his 2, I have very good chances of gaining the scenario. I guess when you're playing less than 3 scoring unit, it might be very difficult for scenario. For me, the good amount is between 4 and 5. Less than that, it will be quite difficult sometimes to play the scenario. Regarding his close combat unit, I guess the Flying Prince is the main threat for me in his combat force. The Hydra are not so scary for me because I've Anointed, which are not bad against Hydra, and also of course the Kalim Titan, which is really good. The Engine can also threat the Hydra, so I have a lot of tools to deal with Hydra. And that means also that I will target with my Infernal Engine and the Silver Spike the Prince to try to cause him a couple of wounds. 3 Bolt Throwers plus Alchemy means that my BSB has to stay within the big block of Anointed to avoid dying, because I have Death Cheater, and yeah, 3 Bolt Thrower can do a lot of damage. I need to deal with the Acolyte as soon as possible because he has 3 spells that might hurt the tank. Grave Coal, Breath Weapon, Quicksilver Lash can all do damage to the tank, so I need to be careful. Okay, deployment. I choose the side, so I gave my opponent the bad side with the house in the middle, the forest in front. And I took this side with a ruin in the middle, not bad, and also forest to gain some cover, so interesting. And he decided to drop everything to start the game, so he put a light cav here, Hydra, a Medusa, the flying mage, 20 Legionnaires, the 3 Bolt Thrower in the back, another unit of Dark Riders, unit of Acolytes, the General, another Hydra, and the last Medusa here. The reasoning was the following: he's shooting quite well, so let's use the cover option that we have. Use the ruin with the BSB's unit, use the forest with Historic Anointed and the Kadim Titan. And then I decided to put my tank on the right, basically to be able to close this part of the board because it's quite separated in his deployment zone between left part of the impassable, right part of the impassable. And basically, the big Anointed unit can zone pretty well and stay in the ring to not take too much damage from all bolt throwers, because if I get all 3, I can die pretty easily. So, and I need to be careful to keep the lookout, so I need to stay within the ring, and it's a good position, I guess, to zone the middle of the board. And then in the back, I put 1 unit of Blunderbuss here, the second unit on the left, try to go for the Breakthrough, and my big unit of Vassals with hold formation to be able to put a lot of shots as much as possible in the front. So that's the idea of deployment. My opponent started the game and moved as such. Moves to my side with the Dark Rider. I just cover for the Acolyte. I didn't want Acolyte to go in my back, but a unit of Dark Rider, it's not too bad. I have some blunderbuss in the back, so I'm pretty happy if he moves around, because then he will not chaff me, and I can shoot him, which is not bad. Move slightly forward with all his unit, and just put the Hydra back behind the hill to not get Quicksilver lashed. And move his prince within the forest to stay within light cover to not die to shoot from tanks. In Magic, he's able to do, because of my deployment, I wanted the BSB's unit to be within the rune, so I have some units which are quite far away from the BSB's range, which is quite problematic. I guess I could have put Anointed on the right of the forest, and then this unit slightly more to the left, Kalim Titan further to the left, and then I would have everybody within range. So that was not so optimal for me. But let's see, he did 2 wounds with Quicksilver Lash on my unit, and then with the Silver Spike did 2 wounds to the Kalim Titan, which is not bad as a start. And he failed the breast weapon on the unit of Conjurer, and then he did +2 armor save on himself, and roll a 444, which means 333, which means a couple of hits, strength 3, AP 2, I guess. So I decided to let that off. I had all my dice left, but a miscast is always nice, and this did nothing to him, unfortunately, but still. Let's move on to my turn 1. I turn around a bit my BSB's unit, move forward on the left with unit of Anointed to threat him, Kalim Titan as well. This gives me out of some line of sight of Boltor, which is not bad. And I move forward as well with my shooter to shoot a bit at the light cavalry as well as the orcs. Yeah, that's it, I guess. And I turn around my light cav to be able to cast 2d6 strength 4 on them, but also a fireball on the Acolyte. That was a bit the idea. And with the tank, I have some, either I can shoot at the Hydra, or I can shoot at the General, or I can shoot at the Conjurer. I have a lot of targets at my disposal, so I can really choose what I want. Let's see, my magic phase with Pyroclastic Flow 2d6, I'm able to kill the light cavalry, which is good. Then with the fireball, I kill 2 of the Acolytes, and then I try the Silver Spike on his General. He dispelled that. Shooting, I decided to shoot even with light cover at the General, was able to cause 1 wound, but my opponent saved it with the 4 ward save. His turn 2. Yeah, on the left I killed 4 of the 5 Dark Riders. So he put the single Dark Rider to chaff the Anointed unit, but I mean, that's never a good idea to chaff when, yeah, it slows me down, but basically, if you chaff and you have no counter charges, I guess that's not so interesting. So, yeah, I would have maybe used the Hydra to come here forward to the left, far away from Kalim Titan, but still be able to threat somehow, or not chaff. I guess the best idea would have been to take Dark Rider, put him behind the hill, and not chaff at the moment. But still, he decided to chaff me. He moves a bit around with the mage to be able to cast spell, and then put the Hydra on the hill. And here, yeah, he remains within the forest with now his 2 monsters, and remains with the Acolyte to be able to cast the breast weapon onto my tank. Magic, he rolls 1 wound with Quicksilver Lash on my 4-up armor save Anointed, who have as well a 5-up ward save. So Quicksilver is not that good against them, but still was able to do 3 wounds in 2 turns, make me flee. I failed 9 with no reroll. Go over my unit, go out of the table, and then I fail another 9. So I have to flee with these guys, but they remain within the table. But still, quite a bad news. I get punished for these mistakes of deployment with the BSB. And then he did nothing with the Silver Spike this time against my Kalim Titan, and with the tank I was able to dispel the breast weapon on them, and with the shooting attack, how did he do 1 wound to the tank? I don't remember. I guess with shooting attack from Boltor he was able to do 1 wound to my tank. My turn 2. Yeah, another wound. So he did each turn 1 wound. The first turn, I guess it was with shooting from Dark Acolyte, and then after 1 wound with the Boltor, probably. My turn 2. Yeah, so I rally these guys. I march forward 14 with Kalim Titan, who's not afraid of anything to the left. And here you see he should have gone behind the wall, behind the house with his general after deployment, actually on his turn 1, to be in the zone of the Kalim Titan, because that's the only thing who can really threat the Kalim Titan in his list. The Hydra with the regeneration have really no chance, and now you see Kalim Titan is quite free to push on this side. So he should really have used the General to move back, be on hard cover first thing, and then he can go to the left and threat the Kalim Titan. Would have been much better. So I turn around a bit, stay within the rune, just swift reform, and then moved a bit to the left to get closer slowly from his breakthrough zone. Move back with the tank to be within 6, but shoot the General again. Turn around my light cav to be able to cast double pyro on the conjurer, on the dark acolyte unit. And then reform the mage to be able to cast a silver spike, and also here to the left put all my shooter to be able to shoot at this guy. In the magic phase, casting pyroclastic flow and kills the champion and another guy, so there is only one guy left, which is really good news. Silver spike does 3 wounds to the general, so really nice, and the tank rolls a misfire and takes a wound. Unfortunately, was not able to finish the general, but still quite happy with this very good silver spike. His turn 3, he moves a bit around me, moves the Hydra behind the hill, and this time moves the general behind the house, but I mean, now he has no conjurer left, no acolyte left, and the general has only 1 wound. I know that the game is in my hand, I have it in control. And here again, he uses double chaff, but I guess when I threat nothing with charges, there is no point of chaffing me, right? And even more, if you have no counter charges, there is no point in chaffing. So he should really have kept these 2 units back, not giving them so soon as chaff, with nothing behind. Well, only in turn 3, and already gave me 3 chaff, which is really a lot, considering the fact that I'm quite far away from him. So I don't really understand these moves. Yeah, he moved behind the hill to my side. Yeah, that's it, more or less. In Magic, it tries a Quicksilver Lash. I dispel it against my big block. And then Silver Spike fail. With Molten Copper, he did 1 wound to my Anointed unit. And with Shooting, he was able to kill a couple of guys here and there. I don't remember exactly where, but he did a couple of wounds. My turn 3, I charged both chaff. I completely forgot to move my Kalim Titan. I don't know what. It was a bit far away from my line. I don't know what I did. I just remarked that at the beginning, middle, I guess, of the magic phase. I was like, I didn't move Kalim Titan. Oh, my bad. Yeah, my mistake. And then the rest move forward. These guys turn around to shoot at him. I was not able to kill him last turn, so I hope this time I will have better luck. Yeah, 2 charges, moves around with Conjurer to be able to cast a Fireball at the Bolter, and that's it. In my magic phase, I cast a Silver Spike onto the Mage. He rolls a 3+ ward save. Quicksilver Lash against the Mage again, dispels it, and then I kill both chaff, reform, lose a couple of wounds on the charges. I guess I take maybe 1 wound on the champion. That was it. And I just reform both. His turn 4. Still he moves a bit around on the left side, since I didn't move. And here, as you can see, he's staying basically back, trying to save a bit the points. In Magic, I use Binding Scroll on Silver Spike. Quicksilver Lash still on with 3 dice against 5, and does 3 wounds to my Anointed, which means I have no Lookout Sir anymore, so I need to use... I'm quite happy that I'm within the ring, because I get hard cover, and then it makes things hard for him to shoot at my BSB, but still getting scary, and then he's able to cast +2 armor save on himself. My turn 4, I pass my March check, and I'm able to put Kalim Titan in a good spot outside of the Hydra, seeing the Legionnaire no matter what, seeing the right part as well, so if he moves forward with the Hydra, I will be able to charge with Kalim Titan, which is good. I move forward to take the wall with him. I failed my March check. And yeah, I move forward to shoot in short range of this guy. I fail the March check again and move only 3. So yeah, this takes time. And I reform this guy to be within the ring and be able to cast spell at the Hydra. Moves a bit forward, but still within the ring. I'm a bit scared to go out of the ring with only 4 models. He could shoot at my BSB with a lot of things, cast spell and so on. So that might be a bit scary. I prefer to stay within at the moment. And I decided to move my tank back. Only 3 wounds left. Could have shot at the Hydra within half. But I thought my mage is here. I will be hitting only on 6 up. I will get shot by 2 bolt thrower. Maybe even 3. Spell of alchemy and so on. Might be too much for the tank. So I decided to put him back in light cover of the bolt thrower, far away from the rest. And then just ready if he moves around with the Pegasus to shoot at him or to be closer to the Pegasus. And this turn I can even shoot at the Dark Rider if he survives the blunderbuss shot to make sure that he will be dead. So not too bad, I guess. In Magic, I cast a Silver Spike on the mage, and this time he fails the ward save and I do 3 wounds again. So 2 very good Silver Spike in this game. Really happy. 2d6 strength 4 does 4 wounds to the Hydra, and then 5 balls finish the Hydra. So awesome for Magic. Really, really awesome to kill both the flying mage and the Hydra. That was really very strong. Let's move on to his turn 5. He has not a lot to do, but I guess he should have used at least the Medusa to chaff Kadim Titan. I don't know why he didn't use it this time. Move forward with the Legionnaire to try to, I don't know, take the charge. And then moves back with the flying general to be as far away as possible from the tank. And yeah, also not risk anything. Try to save some points. No magic anymore, and with shooting he was able to kill a couple of 3 of my guys. I passed panic check, and yeah, I was able to finish Dark Rider, of course, with shooting. My turn 5, I charged with Kadim Titan Legionnaire. They passed the terror check. March forward with these 2 units. I move out of the ruin with this unit, but covering the line of sight against bolt thrower for the BSB who moves behind. And I stay behind with the tank because I have nothing to shoot at the moment. Yeah, that's it in Magic, I guess. What did I do? Silver Spike against General was dispelled, of course. And then I put 2d6 and kill some of the spearmen. And here he was able to stick his 7. He was just steadfast and he was able to stick his test on the 7. His turn 6, he charges my back. He tries. I have 3 wounds left, I guess. He charges my back with the Hydra, but I'm not too scared because I will be able to get a lot of combat result against the main unit, which hold, and then probably make flee the Hydra, so not too bad. He uses the Medusa to try to chaff me, to avoid me going into his zone, but I still have the Anointed who can go pretty easily in his zone to score, and he's still too far away to score anything. Move General as far away as possible to not get Silver Spiked. And that's it in combat. I kill a lot of them. He has a test with -3, I guess. He flees, I pursue, I catch him with Kadim Titan. My turn 6, I charge the Medusa, I move to break through, put the mage and tank in position to shoot or kill the bolt thrower, and then I'm able to kill it and also kill Medusa, and that's the end of the game. It ends up being a 19-1 because I got breakthrough and a lot of points, and he took from me 3 anointed and half of the vassal cavalry. So what happened? My opponent, it's too bad he didn't really play for the objective. He could have put, if we take this picture back, maybe this helps to see the board. He should have deployed for me the 2 block of infantry on the right, try to go in my deployment zone here on the corner right, because they have nothing in the front, so they should be fine, especially if he has the general here. Kadim Titan can never go here to threat him because of the general, so I guess I would have deployed the general here and then fly after the first few turns. That's also something he did wrong. I would have deployed the mage behind the house to go either right or left. Here right would have been good to cast spell against my tank. And also then, as I've told, the general should have moved behind the house after he see my deployment to be able to go in the Kadim Titan zone. That would have been much better. What else can I say? Yeah, I make mistakes to in the deployment. Should have put my 3 anointed on the right of the forest, the Kadim Titan on the left, and then BSB a bit more to the left to gain the 9 rollable everywhere. that would have been much more careful for me. So that was my mistake, and I paid it heavily. But that's always good to pay your mistakes heavily, then you can remember them. And I guess that's it, more or less. I think it was still a good idea to use the train in my favor, especially with the Anointed, to not get killed by Bolt Thrower, because they still did quite a lot and were scary to me. So I think it was still a good idea to stay within the ruin as long as possible, then move only with the Anointed, let the BSB behind to be in a safe zone and not take any risk of getting shot by Bolt Thrower, because this can happen really, really fast. Okay, that was the game. So my opponent did a couple of mistakes. He paid it heavily, probably didn't know that well also the new book. So I hope this will be for him a good learning experience. That's always the objective when you play against somebody who is more casual player than a competitive player. I think it's always important to explain him a bit things during the games, and also after I try to do it in the video, to try to make it an interesting experience for the other player. I think it's very important as well. So funny first game, and we'll see what happens in the next couple of games. Thanks a lot for watching. Talk to you soon on my channel. Bye bye, guys.